I burst onto the screen in glorious Stickman style, cape flapping dramatically in the wind, only to realize there is no wind. I'm literally standing in a blank white background. "Cue the historical setting, please," I shout, and suddenly the world around me transforms into 1903 Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The sand dunes stretch forever, the ocean roars in the distance, and there I am, a superhero narrator ready to tell the greatest story of two brothers who dared to dream humans could fly. Forget fighting villains. Today, my mission is to drag you back in time to meet Orville and Wilbur Wright, two geniuses who didn't wear capes, but absolutely deserved them. Now, let me be honest. Back then, everyone thought flying was impossible. Humans in the sky with machines heavier than air? Most people laughed at the idea. They probably imagined stickmen like me flapping arms like chickens. But not the Wright brothers. These guys were obsessed with bicycles, gears, and experiments. Instead of building a spaceship like I would have done, because come on, go big or go home, they carefully studied how birds used their wings. They sketched, tested, and failed more times than I've lost superhero battles against my laundry. So picture this. Two skinny stickman versions of Orville and Wilbur hammering away at a weird wooden contraption while the townsfolk stood nearby shaking their heads. "You'll never get that thing off the ground," they said. But the brothers ignored the laughter. They believed every failure was just one step closer to success. And let me tell you, they failed spectacularly. Crashes, broken wings, twisted frames, sand in their teeth. Yep, they had it all. But unlike villains who give up after one heroic punch, these brothers stood up every single time. That, my friends, is real superhero energy. The Wright brothers didn't just guess their way to success. They experimented with science like mad scientists in stickman form. They built wind tunnels out of wood and glass, testing different wing shapes. They measured lift, drag, and balance like professional engineers, even though people thought they were just crazy bike mechanics. Imagine me sneaking into their workshop, looking over the shoulders, nodding dramatically. Yes, yes, add more curvature to the wing. And then tripping over a bicycle wheel. Classic superhero fail. Fast forward to December 17th, 1903. The morning was cold, windy, absolutely perfect for history. The Wrights rolled out their strange flying machine, wooden frame, canvas wings, and a tiny motor that looked like it belonged on a lawnmower. Everyone thought it was going to crash, but Orville, brave as any superhero, climbed onto the machine. Wilbur stood nearby, steadying the contraption. I, of course, swooped in dramatically, holding a flag like this was a sports event. "Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for liftoff!" And then it happened. With a rumble, the engine sputtered to life, the machine rolled down its wooden rail, and it lifted! Slowly, awkwardly, shakily, like a stickman who had never learned how to ride a bike. But still, it lifted. 12 seconds in the air, 36 meters across the sand. To us now, that might sound laughably small, but in 1903, it was the equivalent of humanity sprouting wings. Even I cheered so hard my cape almost fell off. The age of aviation had begun. But did they stop there? Nope. The Wright brothers kept flying, refining, and improving. By the end of that same day, Wilbur managed an incredible 59 seconds in the air, almost a football field. The two brothers took turns like kids with a new toy, only their toy would change the entire world. Can you imagine the thrill? The Wrights weren't just inventors, they were pioneers writing a brand new chapter in the story of human ambition. What makes their story so powerful isn't just the flying machine, it's the courage to chase an impossible dream. People mocked them, ridiculed them, told them they were wasting time. But Orville and Wilbur kept tinkering, kept experimenting, kept believing. In superhero terms, that's like training in a cave for years while the world laughs at you, only to emerge and shock everyone by saving the day. The Wright brothers didn't need laser eyes or super strength. They had persistence, creativity, and the bravery to fail repeatedly until they succeeded. Let's not forget the comedy of it all. Those first flights weren't smooth like modern jets. They were bumpy, jerky, and about as stable as me trying to skateboard while eating pizza. But each wobble in the air was proof humans could fly. Imagine the Stickman animation, Orville bouncing up and down, Wilbur running alongside, and me, Cape, flying, screaming encouragement while dodging seagulls. That's the beauty of history. Messy, hilarious, and inspiring all at once. Their invention didn't just give us airplanes, it gave us a future where the world became connected. Today, millions of people fly every day, crossing oceans in hours instead of months, and it all started with two brothers on a sandy beach. They turned ridicule into revolution, failure into flight, and dreams into reality. That's the true power of heroes, whether they wear capes or just dusty overalls. And if two stickmen with a dream can change the world, maybe, just maybe, so can you. And hey, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more epic stickman adventures. Because trust me, history is way cooler when told by a superhero in a cape.